It has been a while since we got any kind of news and updates for Season 3 Reloaded Zombies content that's coming out on May 1st, but thankfully we have a brand new trailer that we can take a look at and a brand new post that we can go through that shares a little bit more detail what we're walking into. Let's get into it. So the main new thing that's been released is this trailer that you're seeing here. All the other information given on the Season 3 Reloaded blog post is stuff that we've been told was coming anyway when Season 3 was first talked about, so we're going to focus mostly on the new stuff that we see inside of this trailer very briefly, and I'll briefly go over all the other information as well so you have a quick refresher. Now this location isn't going to be entirely new because this is a location outside of the old Warzone map, and the only changes are going to be obviously the Dark Ether aesthetic and some of the floating stuff that we normally see in the Dark Ether. Now we do also see that the pillars are returning just like we had in Season 2 Reloaded's Dark Ether, so it's probably going to be guessed as well as mentioned in the blog post that that's going to be one of the focuses that we have inside of this new Dark Ether portal. We also know that this is going to be a brand new story mission aligned with this because we have to save Dr. Jansen from this dark place, from the entity inside of this new Dark Ether portal, which will be great, but I do have high hopes that they will do another story mission outside of the main one that we have for this new season Reloaded, but that's wishful thinking at this point. It's also been speculated that we'll get other Easter eggs outside of the normal one that we have the big Easter egg to reopen this Dark Ether portal to get the Elder Sigil and get these brand new schematics. So example, like we had in Season 2 Reloaded, we had the 115 crystals that we can do to get the 115 song, which I think was a really nice touch. But I want something similar to the hidden keys inside of the first season when this first started coming around for the Dark Ether portal, something a little bit more in depth that we really have to hunt for. The 115 crystals were great, but that simply was not enough, and I think the whole community can agree with that. Now outside of these speculations, we're probably going to get another souped up mini boss just like we had in Season 2 Reloaded, but I do hope that we get to fight the entity as we see floating in the background on a large scale. Imagine with me here a little bit that we go and try and face the entity, we get it to a certain point of health, and then it just decides to blip away, transport to somewhere else inside of this Dark Ether with Jansen. We have to chase it in the next story mission. That would get me way more excited for a cutscene, way more excited for the brand new season and all the other stuff that we have to grind for after this, instead of just going and fighting an EMP Mango that's more annoying than enjoyable. We're of course just going to have to wait and see what this new update is going to bring us, but right now all we can do is really speculate, hope for the best, and really analyze this 45-second trailer as much as we possibly can for every little detail that we can find until we actually get inside this new portal. And in addition to this new trailer, like I mentioned at the very beginning of this video, there is some other stuff that has to be mentioned because it's coming inside of Season 3 Reloaded, but it's already been covered before, so we're going to quickly go over all the new schematics, the brand new Warlord, and some of the information that has been leaked but not confirmed yet. Now for the brand new schematics, we're going to have the dead wire detonators, gold mask filter, and the sergeant's spray. Starting with the dead wire detonators, it's going to electrify your explosive armaments including lethals and launchers, so essentially any grenades that you have, any rocket launchers or grenade launchers, they're going to have an electrifying effect if you use a schematic on them. For the golden mask filter, it's essentially going to be a regenerating mask as long as you're outside of any of the gases inside of the strongholds or just anything in general with anything gas related as you normally run into in MW3. I am personally looking forward to this schematic in particular the most. And finally, the sergeant beret is essentially just going to let you camouflage yourself as one of the sergeants you see at all the different strongholds, all the different merc camps, and will also give you a merc bodyguard, which is kind of nice, but we could have used this a lot earlier than Season 3 Reloaded. Nonetheless, this is going to be a very fun one to use. Last but not least, and certainly everybody's favorite part of MW3, is the brand new Warlord that we're going to have called Rainmaker. He's going to be just south of what we have one of the main areas in the game on Raha Island, which is just south of the Shahan Manor in the southeast part of this entire map. He is said to be a demolitions expert, so be prepared for RPG fire, mortar rounds, basically anything that can explode, he's going to be throwing at you as you attempt to take him down. Now there's a bunch of different things that we should be excited for that haven't been confirmed by the official Call of Duty websites. Is one, that we're going to have a brand new wallet system which will allow us to use and keep some of the points that we gather every time we go into MWZ, which will be great for future uses. We're going to finally be getting more storage, which is a long time coming, and pretty closely related to the storage system, we're going to have a cooldown system potentially coming in, which will allow certain schematics to cool down a lot faster depending on how we perform in MWZ, which will be great. And finally, the rumor that there's going to be a brand new zombies PvP mode. Now it's not going to be automatic, you're going to have to essentially exfil into this area at your own free will like you mostly do for some of the earlier season story missions. Now overall, I'm actually very excited for when this actually drops. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to get into a brand new Dark Ether, go through a brand new Easter egg, even if it only takes us a day, 2 days to actually get all the different material, all the brand new content but it's still going to be something to do outside of the normal stuff that we have to do inside MW3 at this point. As always, I'm curious about what you guys are thinking about this brand new update that we're having come May 1st. Are you excited for it? Are you not excited for it? Let me know down in the comments. Personally, I think it's going to be fun for a couple days. Outside of that, we're going to go back to the normal routine of trying to do some camo grinds, trying to get some stuff for the next season. But who knows? They may add some additional surprises like some of the leaks and rumors that I had mentioned earlier, but we're going to have to see when this actually drops. Once again, I hope you guys found this helpful. If you did, hit the like and subscribe buttons. I'll catch you in the next one.